May 17th, 2021. Why is this so important? Now, we talked about last time in my last rant yesterday about how Roe versus Wade affects your privacy and the thingy in the arm. And I told you previously that both sides are working for the same goal. You just don't see it. Now, of course, I totally support the thing right there that you see on the screen. However, the same ruling that's protecting the one's right to do this or that is also protecting your right not to get the thingy in the arm. But both sides have decided that they're going to play this as an issue. Because somebody said yesterday, well, I watched the news, and I'm like, no, you didn't watch the news. What you watched was controlling the narrative. They spoon feed you crap to get you swayed to one way or the other. See, news is nothing more than just an influencer. It's a supported narrative. And no matter what side you take, you're being persuaded. So, this leads down to another path. Can my employer ask if I have received the jab? What you need to know. Well, first of all, let's just throw that out the window because HIPAA laws have privacy. But they're trying to figure out a way to get around this. And remember, I told you they cut off the benefits so they could push people back into the workforce so that these corporations could start forcing you to get the thingy in the arm. Now, companies including Delta have implemented new rules requiring new employees to be jabbed in the arm starting Monday. The airline won't impose the same requirement on current employees, more than 60% whom have the jabby thing. This person asked if there was guidance from the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, EEOC. Employer may ask if they have been jabbed in the arm and may also ask employees to provide proof of the jab. And the reason that this is allowed because the EEOC generally prohibits inquiries that are disability related, he explained. Clark says he has been counseling clients. In other words, he's been telling clients, because this guy is for the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. So he's been coaching the narrative to companies to keep track of employees that have got the jabby thing. Employers can use this information together with the risk of transmission by people who've been jabbed to inform decisions about reopening and expanding the number of individuals in the area and that sort of thing. Oh, that sort of thing. Hey, yeah, that sort of thing. Hey, yeah. Remember what I told you? The reason why these states, and they're all in conjunction working left and right together, because they're trying to push the jabby thing. And so now they've read their threshold of keeping people isolated at home in their little domiciles, like we discussed earlier in one of my last other rants, to where your interaction with other human beings is inhuman. Well, you don't even care anymore. And your herd immunity is gone. And it's not just immunity from disease and other stuff. It's immunity from others, from human interaction. But does asking proof of the jab violate the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996, more commonly known as HIPAA? Generally, HIPAA prevents healthcare providers from sharing information. Here you're asking the employee themselves to provide the information. And so it's their information. They're able to share it if they want to, he states. But you can't get the job unless you got the jab, because we're going to ask you for it. See how the corporations are doing the workaround against the HIPAA laws? If your employer asks you to provide proof of the jab, I would turn around and sue them, because they're not a healthcare provider. They don't have the reason to ask for this information, and this information is not theirs. Not to mention, Roe versus Wade protects you against any procedures medically that you don't accept. And the jab is one of those. In fact, everything the kids are actually required to have before they can go to school is against the law. The Supreme Court ruled on this a long time ago. And then here's your little narrative right here coming down the road. A survey by JobVite's 2021 Job Seeker National Report found that employers who incentivize getting the job helps. Of those surveyed workers who disagreed with the jab mandates in the workplace, 1/3 said they would get the jab if their employer incentivized them. Oh, here we go. No more donuts, no more free haircut, no more free tickets to the stadium. They'll just give you an extra $50 gift card to get the jabber. In a survey conducted by the University of California, Los Angeles, more than 75,000 unjabbed people were interviewed, and about 1/3 of them said a cash payment of $100 would make them more likely to get the jab. Oh, okay. These last two paragraphs, all about controlling the narrative. See, they have exhausted their stay at home, isolate, muzzle you up, and everything else. So now the ones that can't get, they're going to give them another way. Well, you know what? Those fairly unemployment benefits that are substituted by the government to keep you at home and isolated and muzzled up and in fear and controlled narrative. Well, guess what? We've already run the course in that. So now we're going to push you out there into the workforce. And these corporations can ask you questions that the government can't, or that certain healthcare providers can't provide or ask. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Is it plainly clear to you that the holdouts are going to get jabbed one way or the other? Unless you become a hermit and live under a rock. Tell you what, it's going to take a lot of muscle to move that rock away from me. You've been warned.